Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blunder Dungeon. This is nothing you've ever seen before. It's not main campaign. It's not rage bait. It's not roleplay royale. It's not
Days of Our Lives.
It's not
Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
Zom Talk. It's not Zom Talk.
It's none of that. It is.
It's not Total Party Kill.
It's not Total Party Kill.
Wow.
So many things.
It's none of those. It, in fact, doesn't even have a name yet. It is my very first attempt at DMing.
Woo!
DM David.
DM David.
David Mint.
Oh, David, yeah. Also DM David. Just DM him.
David Master.
Wow.
David Master.
So today is session 0. Really just going to go through the map, some history of the map, kind of give a quick lead into the story that we will delve into later.
Yeah. Should I share the map?
Let's share the map.
I'm going to share my screen and we're all going to look at it at the same time.
Wow.
Okay, I'm closing my eyes. Join the stream and then close your eyes so that you don't see it. And then David, you tell us when to open our eyes.
3, 2,
Love you guys.
1, open.
I can't see it. Austin, what the hell?
I know. I ruined it. I had to
Instantly
move
closed the
Oh no.
screen.
We'll fix it in post.
Whoa.
New reaction.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
It is cool.
Oh, you put in some work.
Welcome to the continent, the realm of Kaldyr. I'll sort of weave in and out of history and map overview, but then we'll cover all of the locations. Kaldyr, centuries ago, if you can imagine it, before it was just kind of the rough wilderness that you can kind of see if you imagine it without the larger cities. The people who first settled, we don't know exactly where they came from. The stories conflict, but they eventually kind of congregated to areas where you would expect, where certain industries might thrive. You have Driftmere, known for kind of a marshy area, known for kind of fishing and other things. Other mysterious things happen there, of course, but a common fishing port. And of course, on the river, very strategically located for trade. You had the area of Stone Hollow build up. It benefits from the same sort of things, but also being near the mountain gives it options for mining. You had Wingate, which is a heavy mining town against a mountain range to the east. You have Frostskull, an area more overtaken by the winter conditions, the snow and the ice. And you have Stormhaven. Stormhaven is also home to the Mages College. And you can tell by the darker grass and perhaps the name, heavy storms in that area. And so, centuries ago, these towns sort of built up. There was no, let's say, central power. There were, of course, power struggles, but in general, everything was fairly calm, except the Painted Plains in general, a more dangerous area. You have bandits, you have raiders, areas of exploration for sure, but obviously less settled due to its location not having kind of any sort of major, trade routes, those sort of things. Then everything changed when not the fire when the Valdric Empire showed up from the Northern Sea. They arrived and brought their armies, their missionaries of sorts, their political arm, and they built High Crown and Silverport. High Crown now being the seat of power, kind of the political head hub of Kaldyr, and Silverport, which is a massive trading port for them. Some military presence, you can assume being on the water, more of a naval presence, and strategically located where difficult to get to, kind of right there on that neck of land. And they quickly basically spread their influence across the realm, first by providing building, funding. Everything seemed jolly as they helped build up this continent. But more recently, they started to exert more political and military influence on the realm. None more prominent than in Frostskull, which was actually their only military conquest. The inhabitants there were quite resistant to their efforts. So Frostskull, sometimes referred to now as the Forgotten Hold. It is thought to be abandoned. As you can see, there's no real things there. So yeah, that of course it sat kind of not great with many of the people, especially towards the east of the realm. Stormhaven and Wingate were far more resistant, and just the proximity being much further away from High Crown, it is difficult for the Valdric to kind of exert their influence there. You can see Valenford is the other location that they solely developed that was not already there, strategically placed right along the trade routes as well as centrally in the realm. Those towers on the river, they do exact tolls for trade. It also allows them just to keep an eye on things from a very strategic location, as well as Greystone Keep. They had to keep well away from Wingate. They had troubles there, but Greystone Keep allows them to kind of keep tabs on Wingate as well as Stormhaven. Why not closer to Stormhaven, you ask? Well, you have the Whisperwood. No one knows where the Whisperwood came from. Some say it is as old as time, and many rumors and dark stories surround it. People who have managed to traverse it claim to feel watched and feel heavy magical energy there. So it is no coincidence that it resides near the Mage's College. And also you might notice Stormhaven is surrounded by a ring of water. That is another newer feature of the realm. The mages, upon the Valdric Empire's what they perceived invasion of the realm, raised their magic to basically create a magical moat around the city. You also see Blackwater Manor in the bottom left. Results in kind of the hold of Driftmere, but many, again, dark, mysterious stories surround those who inhabit it, or used to inhabit it, should I say. Empire, of course, governs most of the continent. They have military presence throughout, as we've covered, but also in the towns, which were once raised up by proud lineages. Those have now been diminished or eliminated. They've now kind of installed puppet jarls in some of the towns, or just created enough kind of dissidents to start to exact their will on these towns. And now we come to the present day. Stories have reached your ears and those around the realm of expedition parties being sent out across the land by the Valdric, and many say they're in search of something. However, no one is able to confirm what that is. And I guess there is actually one massive thing that I'm forgetting to cover: Mount Valtarin. The other kind of obviously prominent physical attribute of Kaldyr, that along being the Whisperwood. There are rumors, or some stories to be believed, the first people descended from Mount Valtarin. Some think they appeared from the Whisperwood. And there's said to be a sort of temple atop. However, very few have ever reached it, and fewer have made it their way back down. What mysteries might lie atop or within said mountain?
Who's to say?
Who is to say? Who is to say? And so today, my player characters, we arrive in a contested time in history of Kaldyr. There are those who definitely resent the presence of the Valdric Empire, and they view High Crown and Silverport as kind of a symbol of this foreign rule. And they are definitely wary that there are stories of them searching for something, especially because they do not know what that is, but they just have a gut feeling that it cannot be good.
They have a feeling that the Empire is searching for something, you're saying?
Yes. And so that is essentially where our story will begin. Before we kind of get into player creation, any initial thoughts, questions, concerns?
It's called the Valdric Empire?
Mm-hmm. They named Valenforn after themselves. Disgusting.
What's the magic system like? Like, how common is it?
You definitely encounter, I would say it's fairly common.
It's not too surprising.
No, like spells are common. People will kind of implement it into their daily life when applicable.
Normal D&D common.
Yeah.
I appreciate how open the world looks, and like how you've named everything and easy to remember, like names that make sense.
Yeah.
Because that will help me remember where to go.
And also, it's such a manageable size.
Yes.
That's what I was worried about, if I had the scale right or not.
It's great. And every place feels distinct. Yeah, it's exciting. Is the Valdric Empire, are they like humans?
Yes, I forgot about that. Yes, the Valdric Empire, humans, but of course, like over time, people have like joined their side, kind of become more agreeable to them, but they are primarily humans.
Do we get the feeling that like the timeline is the Valdric Empire, did they start this because they're looking for something, or this is a more recent thing and they've been established for a while?
They've been established.
Or we'll find out more.
You'll definitely find out more. I would say that you're talking about the expeditions. Like the searching.
Yeah, like the searching. Do we feel like that's the reason that they're here?
No, so they've been here for centuries now.
Okay.
So you can assume that it's more closely tied to their inability to fully gain control of the region.
Okay. I see.
How long have the expeditions been going on?
I'd say over the past couple of years.
And how long has the Valdric Empire been here?
I'd say close to 300 now.
Okay.
It was a very slow and methodical like plot they had to gain control.
Okay.
Through like the political facets first and like funding, development and all that. Yeah. But then it's kind of stalled.
Have there always been like humans in the realm, or like were the Valdric Empire like the first humans that came in?
There were humans. The realm is known to pretty much like most races are present at this point. I guess my idea is that this is a continent that belongs to a larger world. And so over time, I guess it's a good point. I could think of maybe like what the primary race or like the first race would be. But many people have like traveled and called it their home now.
Okay. So it wouldn't be surprising to find any kind of D&D race in any of these places.
No. Like, for example, Frostskull was like an orc stronghold.
Okay.
So like many races have become established citizens and residents. For your character developments, basically you can kind of be from wherever. You don't need to be from any of these named places. And I can like think of a name if you want to be like from a small town near something. Would love to kind of know any interactions or attitudes towards the Empire from your like upbringing. Why you might be at the Windgate Inn, which is that small inn on the lake, which is slightly northeast of Windgate.
And Windgate is mostly like a mining town?
Yes. That's their like primary export. It's become much more built up. That is probably one of the more resistant, or probably the most resistant hold, again, given its proximity. And so they've built up to become more of like a fort style town, but like everything in a normal town would be there. But yeah, mining is their main thing.
Cool.
I have a motion. Paris and I talked about this. Our motion is that Cameron, you choose whatever class you want to play first.
I think I'm leaning towards Bard, but I need to do a little bit more thinking. But that's what kind of, I feel like every day I lean towards something different. But yeah, I feel like right now I'm on Bard. And what is there anything specific about Greystone Keep again that you said?
That was developed by the Valdric Empire. They basically couldn't get too close to either Windgate or Stormhaven.
Okay.
So it's kind of just more of a strategic it's kind of a military outpost of sorts. And it allows for expeditions in that area. So you have Valenford more centrally located, like they established that to levy taxes, keep an eye on things, and do expeditions that way. You have Greystone Keep, and then obviously Silverport lets them go west enough.
I also just want to say that like this, I feel like this will be such a nice complement to we should probably say like in terms of the podcast, like this is something that this campaign in particular, we're hoping to put out like maybe like an episode a month, kind of like a B, like a campaign B that goes alongside our main campaign. And I think that this one feels like so, I feel like it'll be a good compliment because it feels like very grounded. It doesn't feel like as silly necessarily.
More traditional.
Not that we're not going to do like goofy stuff probably, but that I feel like you've put a lot of thought into like the politics and the and like the real world like mechanisms of it, which I think it'll be fun to like make characters that are more like grounded in that as opposed to like
I'll actually be playing Jenny Z. It's a giraffe person.
Jenny Z is an incredible roleplay royale character.
Plays a baritone saxophone.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what was her name that you just played, Woolsey? The TikTok girl.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even get that it was Gen Z.
Yeah.
Wow, there's layers to that.
So many
Oh
layers.
shoot.
So many layers.
Wow. Sometimes I blow my own dang mind.
I was gonna say, I think the only thing, and obviously this will come up in the gameplay as well, but there are groups, factions, if you will, that exist like kind of outside these major towns that have their own motivations, not solely tied to helping or hurting the Valdric Empire. I assume I can you'll do like knowledge checks. Like you definitely haven't heard of these things. You may just not know who they are, but those exist as well.
Are they like more rooted in like what it was like like are they kind of older things that were there even before the Valdric Empire came in?
At least some of them, yeah. Dang, what a good question.
Are there dragons?
I haven't decided if there are.
And another. Oh, well, Woolsey and Paris, are you all thinking? Do you all have any thoughts on characters, on like classes or anything?
Very briefly, I genuinely wanted to hear what you were thinking first, because we're going to be a small party, so it's important that we complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be funny if one of us, between Paris and I, was like an overconfident but kind of wimpy knight, and then the what's like the knight's assistant,
Squire.
the squire was like really beefy and strong. I thought that was funny because I'm thinking about, with the theme of everything just being like either just straight up fighter or I do miss playing paladin. Paladin's fun. I was thinking about maybe being someone that's almost like Sir Dunk in like the gentle giant, kind of honest but stupid kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or I was like, man, I really liked playing a warlock. or I'm also like, the last time I played a wizard was our first campaign. So even if I was kind of a wimp, I could still be a paladin, but be like another character. Like Roby was a dexterity based paladin. And so I could still be like skinny and a little wormy and overconfident, but like still a paladin that way.
Do paladins have much healing?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of their big things is lay on hands.
Yeah.
That's the big thing I was thinking, like, because I'm not too drawn. I've just never been drawn to like healing characters. So like, but bards also have some healing spells.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was thinking about that too, Paris, that like, then like an idea came to mind that like I could be like a bard that's also like a cleric, like a multi-class, where it's like, and like the whole thing with the character is like the wanting to be super like bardy and like taverny and like kind of like the party guy, but also have like the religious side where it's the character like has a tough time. Like they kind of want to leave like the religion behind, but they have a hard time doing it. So I think I always thought it would be fun to play like a more of a healing character, and I just like being a bard so much.
I've always multi-classed almost every time I've played.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of, I thought I could do, it kind of depends on like if you do paladin, I thought about doing barbarian again because I love that. More of a heavy hitter.
I thought it'd be funny if you were a squire or barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
But also seeing the map, I feel like there's so many, like, it might be cool with, especially with just 3, to have more diversity in our backgrounds than being tied to each other like that already.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that makes me tentative. But I also thought about doing druid again because I only ever played druid as like level 1 in my multi-class. And the Whisperwood, there's cool stuff there. So I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of have less like I want to do this than I have in the past. So I kind of want to hear more about like where you guys take it, and then yeah.
David, is there like a big religion presence at all?
Oh, I haven't thought about that.
It's okay if there's not. Like if there isn't, then I might not play a cleric because it wouldn't really necessarily fit.
I wouldn't say a huge one. Like, I guess people like have theirs, but there's not like one predominant
Sure.
sort of thing.
But it wouldn't be like weird if a character was religious in the world.
No, I could go full Skyrim and say the Valdric Empire wants to outlaw. Yeah.
Well, that would be a really interesting thing for a cleric to have to deal with. If that is a thing, that would be interesting to me.
Write that
if you
down.
wanted to do that. Write that down.
Yeah. I'll implement that. I'll say like they have their own, and I think that fits in well with like their political influence, military influence. Like, why wouldn't they also try to have like a religious influence? Yeah. Let's throw it in.
Throw it in. See, this is what I was saying, David, where it's like people will have like ideas for their characters, and then you're like, oh shit, like let me add that in.
Yeah. That's good.
Like so many things didn't exist in the Chinam campaign before I saw y'all's character sheets.
What if you were an orc from Froskull?
That was what I was thinking.
It's not a spoiler.
That would be a cool one. That'd be quite the backstory.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, because then you have to figure out why you're at Windgate.
I thought orc barbarian.
You're not tired of playing a barbarian, Paris?
It's only my second. I guess I played Allison so long, or not Allison, Elowen so long.
Yeah.
But I found it really fun. But I should probably branch out. But I feel like the only other thing I'd be interested in is maybe Paladin. But I feel like it really suits you, and I like the idea of you being like a gentle giant. I feel like with Allison too, I want like some range. So I don't really want to be. I love playing rogue. I love playing warlock. But like I'm doing that already.
Yeah.
So then wizard feels too close. It feels the furthest away, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also, right now, I'm a monk in like a side, just like a fun campaign we play here. And I like thought maybe I should like dive deeper into monk, which could be cool. With like maybe being from like the mountains or something. I don't know. But I love barbarian. I like that it's straightforward.
I also wanted to hear what people said, because I'm like, we can't all be wild cards. like if you're a bard, that makes me feel a little bit better about being kind of an airheaded paladin, like that lives by like a code.
Yeah.
That makes me feel a little bit better about that. But then if you have the cleric side too.
I do think if I'm like if I do that character, I'll still be like a little unhinged. Like it's not, I won't be like the most grounded. It's almost like the cleric from Free Ren. The drunk
sick.
drunk
Oh,
priest.
you corrupt
something like that.
priest.
I think naturally with the world that like David's created in the story, it's gonna be grounded enough to where we can have some freedom in that way. Like I don't think we're gonna. I think like obviously like not Benny C level maybe,
I'll
but
be
like
Jenny Z and you be Jim Alpha.
but I think it'll be okay.
But also like the contrast is good too. Like crazy characters in like a grounded setting is also interesting.
So David, you said that your inspiration, like heavy inspiration behind this is Skyrim. I just started playing Skyrim for the first time, and I'm really feeling like stealing is a big part of like the game. I'm too scared to steal. Like I don't know if I'm supposed to be.
I never pickpocket.
But it does seem like what are your thoughts about like really keeping track of our like currency and like buying things at stores is how we get things? Like, are you kind of pro, or are you kind of like we'll just find things as we go along? Like, what's the economy going to be like?
Yeah, I didn't think when I said that, I wasn't thinking so much of like the mechanics of the game. I think you can see like the map is very also inspired by Skyrim. I don't know how far you've gotten into it, but then like the mission as well. I think that finding things, stealing things, shopping, all open game. There'll definitely be rewards for exploration of sorts, things like crypts, things like that.
Some dungeons.
Oh yeah.
David, when do you think you'd be ready for a first session?
I guess once I get your characters, maybe like a couple weeks after that. I need to implement some of this new stuff, make sure that the story is all tightened up. But no, I think after that, like I don't think that will affect the first session too much. Just maybe minor tweaks. So yeah.
the things that we need for our characters are what again?
Pretty much just like general backstory, obviously, like where you're from. And again, like it doesn't need to be a named location. It can be just a random spot and I'll name it. Like what your family did, like how you make it by, attitudes towards the Empire and any sort of interactions, and then why you would be at the Wingate Inn.
We won't know each other unless like if Austin and I did like the Knight Squire thing, but like we won't know each other going in. It'll be like we're just
correct. Yeah, unless you're already knowing each other, you won't know each other.
Sick.
And my thought for the very opening scene will be like kind of how we did it for the main campaign, where I kind of do each person one by one and then we come together. Let's just say you won't open immediately on a wagon, but we might get there.
And so we're good to make our characters whenever.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so exciting.
Yeah. And then I guess like art as well. That would be appreciated. Like just like a picture that I can use for Canva or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, if it's like after we get our characters a couple weeks, I feel a lot more equipped now with the drawing thing. Like I've learned it a lot better now that I can try and start like doing it as soon as we have descriptions. And like I'll try and do it in like a different style, but
nice.
My Skyrim character's name is Big Dog.
Nice.
BIGHDOGH.
Oh god.
I thought they would use my name in the game, and it hasn't come up.
You were hoping they'd
It's
say
called me
Big
Dragonborn.
Dovahkiin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your name could be Dovahkiin
Could be. Think about that.
if you're keen on that.
think about
I'm
it.
not.
Okay.
He's not into it.
I'm
Okay.
thinking Big Dog.
I would say the only exclusions are I would say you can't be from High Crown or Silverport.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Can't be from there.
Expect Kaldyr episodes to come out maybe in like, I feel like we'll probably get our characters ready pretty. Maybe we'll see an episode of this in like a month's time.
Whoa.
Nice.
Whoa.
Keep your eyes
I'm excited.
peeled.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It'll be
It's
really
gonna be
fun.
fun. Is Stormhaven like, you know how they like named Greenland and Iceland like the opposite? To
Mm.
and
But it's heavy
like,
in storms.
It's heavy, and so it's not a haven from storm.
I'd say there's some magical properties at play. The grass is very deep green because it's very
Wet.
saturated, but
Oh, it's like
I wouldn't-
Seattle.
I wouldn't say that the inhabitants of Stormhaven proper are too bothered by the rain.
Okay,
So it's Seattle, essentially.
let's see.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Session 0, everybody. And this will be a very exciting addition to the podcast feed.
Feed.
Cool. And with that,
Feed.
I don't know.
feed everybody.
So tired.
David is feeding us. Look at the work he put in on this.
Yeah,
map.
he's scooping lore into our mouths.
Forcing it down your throats.
Yeah.
It's a trough of feed.
That's what this campaign is called. Kaldyr,
Trough of
the
feed.
trough of feed.
There it is.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week with who knows what. I think this is gonna come out not next week, but the week after, and then we'll have a role play royale right after that.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. See you
Feed.
later. Feed.
Lore.
Feed.
Feed.